What's up, guys? You're welcome to this lesson. My name is Divine Grace, and in this lesson, I'm going to be showing you how to draft your basic bodice block. With this basic bodice block, you can end up making your tops, your dresses, your jackets, and several other designs with, because it covers the top half of your body. So if you need to play this video again and again, please do so. So without any further ado, let's get right into this lesson. So guys, these are the things you're gonna need. You're gonna need your pattern paper, your marker, your ruler, your scissors, your French curve, and also a long ruler, okay? And also you're gonna need your tape. So let's get right into it. So the first thing we want to do is draw our guiding line, okay? We've already spread out our pattern paper. So we are going to be drawing a guiding line, which is also going to serve as our shoulder line. We're going to be putting in our shoulder measurements there on that same line. And also we are going to be uh, putting in our our length measurements. That is our vertical measurement. We're going to be putting in our vertical measurement. First, we're going to be putting in our bust measurement. And also we're going to be putting in our waist measurement and also our hips measurement. I've already shown you how to go about measuring your bust length as a vertical bust measurements, your waist, and the rest of it. So it shouldn't be a difficult thing for you to do now. And we're going to be doing that on this other part of the pattern paper, because we're going to be drafting two blocks, which is the back and the front. All right, we're going to be drawing out our lines. We've ruled out our bust line. We've ruled out our waistline, and now our hip line. So the next thing we are going to be doing right now is to be putting in our horizontal measurement. Okay, so right now I'm labeling the points. Okay, that's our bust line you see there, the waist and the hips line. So when you're drafting out, you want to label it so that you don't get yourself confused as a beginner. All right, so we're going to be putting in our shoulder measurements now. Our shoulder measurement is 16 inches. 16 inches divided by 2 makes it 8 inches. We're also going to go down by that same 8 inches, but we want to give it a shoulder slope because our shoulder is not straight, like I told you before in our first our measurement video, a measurement lesson. So you want to slant the shoulder, okay? You want to slant the shoulder. So now you're going to be putting in our neck depth measurement. You're going to be going in by 3 inches, and our width measurement is also 3 inches. Now we are drawing the curve. We want to use the help of a curve ruler, okay, to get that neatly done. So now we are sloping our neck, our shoulder measurement, sorry. We are sloping our shoulder measurement because our shoulder is not straight, it is slant. So you want to do that as well. So now we're going to be putting in an armhole measurement. To get your armhole, you want to divide. You either take your shoulder measurement or you divide your bust measurement by 6 inches. Okay, your bust measurement by 6 inches and add 1.5 to get it. So bust divided by 6 plus 1.5 will give you your armhole length. All right, so that's the formula. You either take your shoulder or you divide your bust by 6. All right, divide your bust by 6. So it is important for you to take note of that measurement. All right, so now we've already gone ahead to draw out our armhole, our upper chest measurement, which is the length of our armhole. Now we're going to be putting in our horizontal measurement. We're going to be putting our horizontal measurements, your bust measurement divided by, we're drawing in our armhole line now. So your bust measurement divided by 4 is what we're gonna put in here. Okay, you can either use your tape, bust measurement divided by 4, or use your calculator with your phone, bust measurement divided by 4. We're going to put in our waist measurements divided by 4 as well. Okay, you're going to be adding 1 inch allowance for our dart because you're going to be taking out our dart. So that's where you're going to be adding our 1 inch allowance. So also we're going to be dividing our hips by 4 and putting in the figure right there. Okay, you divide your bust measurement by 4, waist and hips by 4. Okay, and we're going to be connecting the lines. We're going to be connecting the lines. Bust your hip to your waist first, then your bust to your waist measurement. So it's as simple as A and B and C. Okay, so that's your body block right there. You want to curve, use your curve ruler. Okay, you want to use your curve ruler to give it that curve look, because our body is not straight, our body is curvy in nature, right? So you don't want any pointed edges. You don't want any pointed edges. You want to curve your hip, you want to curve your waist. So now you're going to be putting in an armhole curve. Okay, we're going to be putting in an armhole curve. So what you want to do is get the midpoint of our armhole length. Okay, my armhole was 8, the midpoint is going to be 4. Then you're going to go in by ½ inch. All right, ½ inch. That is where we're going to get our curve from. We want to connect that ½ inch to the shoulder, that ½ inch to the shoulder, as you can see me doing right there, and also down to your armhole. So that is how to get that curve. First go in by ½ inch at your midpoint, connect it to the shoulder line and down to the armhole. It's as simple as that. As simple as that. Okay, so it's time for us to put in our darts. For us to get our darts, we're going to need our bust span measurements. Our bust span measurements. I showed you how to get a bust span measurement, your nipple to nipple measurement. Okay, so a nipple to nipple measurement here is 3.5. We're going to be adding 1/2 inch allowance to it, making it 4. You want to place that measurements on your bust or hip line. All right, your bust and your hip line, and draw a line, rule a line to connect it. So now on our waistline, we're going to be going in, taking out our dart ½ inch on both sides. All right, we're going to be coming in by 1 inch on the bust line, and on the hip line we're going to gain up by 2 inches. On the hip line we went up by 2 inches, on the bust line we came down by 1 inch. You're going to be connecting those lines together. All right, we're going to be connecting the lines, the waist to the hip line. You want to get the line very well, and from the waist to the bust line. Don't forget, you came down by 1 inch. All right, so to eliminate sharpness along the bust line. Okay, so that is what that leg looks like. So now it's time to draft a back pattern. So what you're going to do is just to extend these lines. All right, these lines we made, the hip line, are going to be extending it to our back pattern. They're going to be extending the waistline also, and you're also going to be extending the bust line. All right, so you don't need to go and be putting in your measurement again, your length measurement again. Just extend the line. So far you're drafting the two parts, the two blocks on the same pattern paper. All right, so now for the back we're going to pick putting in our zipper allowance. You're putting in 2 inches. You're using 2 inches for our zipper allowance, which is the line I'm making right now. 2 inches for our zipper allowance because of the zip behind the back. We are on the line, we are drawing the line, we are drawing the line, we are connecting the lines. Okay, ensure it is on 2 inches all through. We're going to be connecting the lines, and that is what it looks like. So that is our zipper allowance. All right, so please take note that if your zip, the dress you're making, the zipper is going to be on the front side of your dress. These 2 inches you're going to take it to the front. All right, you're not putting it at the back again. The dress cannot have two zips at the same time, so you want to take these 2 inches to the front pattern. Okay, please understand that. Okay, now we are going to be putting in a shoulder measurement. You're taking in that same 8 inches you placed on the front pattern. The same thing with your armhole length, 8 inches. Okay, we are going to be connecting our lines. You want to ensure it's on the same 8 inches. Okay, okay, I've connected our armhole line, and we are going to be extending out the lines so we can put in our bust measurements. Okay, that's our chest line. We're going to label our zipper allowance. Always label your lines so you don't get confused. All right, your hip, your waist, your bust line. Okay, as well as any line any measurement you're putting or any cutting out you're making, you want to label it so you don't get confused. We have put in our neck width measurement and our neck depth. Your neck width should be the same with your front pattern. All right, if you took 5, the neck width of the back should also be 5. The depth can vary, okay, because the front depth of your neck is supposed to be lower depending on the style. Okay, the back is always higher than the front depending on the style also. So but the width has to be the same. We are doing dropping our shoulder by 1 inch to give it a shoulder slant. That's the nature of a shoulder, it's never straight. And also we are going to be getting the midpoint of our armhole, where we are going to be going in by ½ inch so we can get our armhole cuff, can connect our armhole cuff appropriately and accurately. We want to use the help of a French cuff or any of these pattern masters. Now we are going to be putting in our bust, our horizontal, that's our circumferences. Now we are going to put in our bust circumference, which is also our horizontal measurement. We're going to be putting in our hip, our waist measurement, I beg your pardon, your waist measurement divided by 4, please, divided by 4. And now we're going to put in our hips measurement. If your hips measurement is 40, you want to divide it by 4, which is going to be 10. All right, so that is just it. You want to connect the lines. You want to connect the lines neatly, and don't forget to always smoothen it out. Okay, Don't forget to smoothen your lines out. Now it's time to put in our darts measurements. It's time to take in our darts. You are taking that same bust pan measurement. Alright, you're going up from the hip line by 2 inches. And for the bust, the same line, okay? Because of that's the chest, that's our chest line over there. And at the back, we're going to be going up by 1 inch. Don't forget, in the front pattern we came down by 1 inch, but for the back pattern we're going to be going up close to the chest, going up towards the chest line by 1 inch. Please don't get it confused. Don't get confused. If at the front pattern are going in by 1 inch or going down by 1 inch at your dart point, but at the back pattern you're going up towards your chest measurement by 1 inch. Okay, so we are taking in that same half inch in. All right, we're taking out that half inch in on this side and on the other side, and we are connecting it to our hip line. We're connecting the line to our chest stroke bust line, connecting neatly so it can come out accurately. So that is what our lines, that's what a dart looks like. Okay, don't forget, at the back you go up by 1 inch, at the front you come down by 1 inch at the bust point. So that's pretty much it, guys, for this pattern drafting. Don't forget to add your sewing allowance when you're transferring it to your fabric. All right, and we are done for this lesson. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.